What is the biggest, you've spent a lot of time on social media. We all know you're crushing on ADUs, doing equity plays like I am. What's the biggest benefit you've gotten from all the work you put into social media? Are you getting more clients? Are you meeting cool people? What is it?
I think the cool thing about social media is it's like business. I think it takes effort to figure it out and consistency to start seeing gains.
Oh. Yeah.
There's so many people that start out to be an influencer, and for the record, I do not want to be an influencer. I don't ever want to be associated with that word. Mm-hmm. I use my social media to show people like literally what I'm doing and what our company is doing. I use it as a marketing tool. That's the approach that I have. And so when I disassociate my feelings from it of, oh, this only got 4 likes or this one got 200 likes, I had a post go viral, I'm gonna have 19 million views on this post.
Jesus, dude, that's awesome. What kind of post was that?
It was like it was a meme. It was a property management meme.
Dude, the memes. I was telling my social guy, I was like, dude, I think the memes are like where it's at right now. That's where you can really go viral and get a lot of like.
That meme blew up. It's still blowing up. I probably got 200,000 likes to even sitting here. But like, you disassociate yourself from the ego of the thing. This is a marketing tool. It's an algorithm. I'm going to use it. It's not going to use me. So it doesn't matter what I put out today as far as who likes it or doesn't like it. I think it represents what I'm doing. I think it has value. I've put effort and energy into it. I'm going to put it out.
People know what I'm looking for.
And then I'm going to move on to the next thing that I'm doing in my day. So tomorrow I'm going to put out a new piece of content and I forgot about yesterday.
Do you do it yourself? You post it all?
I have multiple VAs.
Okay.
I am still very connected to it too, though, because I want it to be, I want when people see me, that's the other thing I was going to get to, the other point. If people consume your content and they're following you, because you said it to me on the phone today, and I've heard this many, many, many times now, I feel like I already know you.
Right.
Because you're used to seeing me, you're used to my voice, kind of my mannerisms, totally, whatever, yeah. And I try to be authentic. Not try, I am authentic. So when people meet me, that makes a connection, which I feel like you gain time of us not having had coffee or beers, but because you've been following me, whatever, for 6 months, and now we meet, it's like, oh, that's Jonathan.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest benefit. Yes, I'm getting customers. Yes, we're getting opportunities. Yes, we're getting leads. All of those things.
And you're helping people. That probably feels good.
Yes. Forgot about that part.
Whether they use it or not.
You're creating value. You're helping people, to your point too. Like, I walked through this shitty thing. This is what happened. Don't do this thing. And the people that are going to listen are going to listen, bro. The people that aren't. What are you going to do?
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Well, I think we're very similar in all of our endeavors and kind of a similar mindset. So I think we'll.
Also, we're both strikingly handsome.
Oh, especially that. I mean, one of us more than the other, but we'll leave that to the audience.
That's you, bro. How you doing?
All right, brother. Well, thanks for coming on my show. I'm happy to be on your show. And
Alexio, I have 2 more. I have a question for you before we go, before we end this thing. Skip the line hacks for my audience.
Okay.
We do it at the end of the show. It's essentially. The reason why I started my pod was because, like I told you before, I didn't come from much. There were people that came before me that helped me, similar to maybe your pops, your grandpa, the guy who you shadowed, and then the guys that have helped you along the way here. Hey, don't make this mistake. Hey, I went through that. Hey, don't do that. Don't go that way. Don't go to that bar, etc. And the way I positioned it into my mind, just so you understand, breaking it down, was every single person sort of does what the herd is doing by nature, most people. So if you have a group of kids or people at a conference, they walk out and it's hot in there, they're gonna walk immediately to the nearest water fountain, the nearest bathroom, and they're gonna do what?
They're gonna wait in line.
They're gonna queue up.
Yeah.
So how could you essentially figure out where there's another bathroom or another water fountain? Maybe it's a little bit further away, or it's up a flight of stairs you didn't know about. You're the guy that has the keys or the access to the other water fountain. So share some things with the people who watch my podcast that potentially are looking for ways to catapult their career and skip some lines.
I think the biggest, everybody says, you got to find a mentor who is doing what you want to be doing.
High 90 percentile of the first answer is mentorship.
Right. Yeah, and I would say there's a reason for that. But not only just go find them and follow them around, it's provide value to the mentor. Like, figure out what they need and then just start doing it for free. And then just hang around them as much as you can. And they're probably going to invite you into deals. Like, I've had lots of guys work with me and guys who currently work with me who are like really excited to get into deals. And like, I've been through the trials, tribulations. I have the capital now. I know how to put all the pieces together. I can qualify for the loans, and I'll let them come in as kind of, with whatever equity piece they can afford to put down, but be involved in the deal and then follow Shadow and like learn the whole process. And then that way they can, one, they're going to they're going to double their equity on the deal, but then two, they can then do that for themselves and for their friends and family on the next deal. But they wouldn't even be in the talk, they wouldn't even be talking to me or even have that opportunity. I wouldn't just do that for anybody. I want to do that for the people who are learning and like constantly trying to provide value and do deals here with me. So the moral of the story being, they're providing value to me, their mentor, and I'm providing them opportunities that I wouldn't get, that no one else would have access to, and it's going to fast track their way to financial freedom, and that's how they're going to
And in turn, they're bringing you equity and they're bringing you deal flow.
Right. Well,
And you're
oftentimes it might be
helping them get along on their career, where down the line, potentially, you have some liquidity, you have some capital sitting around that's dry, and they bring you a juicy deal and you can get in as an equity partner.
Exactly. And not everybody, oftentimes you have a wholesale deal that or a deal that you have control of, and you're like, dude, I gotta do this deal. There's so much upside on it, but I just can't find anybody I have people who want to buy it, but none of them want to let me partner with them. Or they want to partner with me, but I know they're going to I'm just going to be a silent partner. I don't want to see any of the growth. I won't get to learn it all. But if you can find someone who will let you partner with them and then show you the ropes of that deal, live through that experience, and then also see the gains on the flip side, then that's just going to give you the confidence you need to replicate that. And it takes a lot of people standing in line for a long time just to get that experience.
Guys, the value of experience and knowledge and mentorship is worth every dollar. As long as you're willing to bring that mentor value, as long as you're willing to carry your end of the bargain, as long as that mentor that you're placing your trust in is worth their salt, you can never go wrong. All right, that's skip the line hack number 1.
Well, let me finish real quick, just off that note. That's why you should get in touch with Jonathan, because he's got, as he started this podcast out, a couple opportunities to joint venture or get involved with him. I'm sure if someone were to bring you a really good deal, you would be more than happy to let them be a part of it if there was enough meat on the bone.
100%.
And that would be a great way for someone to get started and do exactly what we said.